Among Us is one game that eventually grew to be one of the most streamed games in this phase of the pandemic. From senators to celebrities, everybody seems to be loving this fun new multiplayer game that includes deceit and the perception to always win. Hey everybody, welcome back to Top 11. Today we're going to go over the top 11 most secret Among Us tricks and tips. Make sure to watch until number 1 because it's one of the most useful tricks I've ever seen, and trust me, you'll never be sus if you go through these tricks and tips. Number 11, AFK Strat. At number 11, we have the famous AFK Strat. Not claiming that this is the noblest way to win, but it's undoubtedly an entertaining one. Only stand still and wait. Others will note that you're not moving, assuming that you're AFK, and leave you alone. You're gonna be shocked how many players buy into this tactic. Pretend to come back during the meeting and make an excuse as to where you were. Unfortunately, this is unlikely to work for the second time in the same set of players. But if you play with a group of friends and want to make memories that last a lifetime, to be the supreme imposter troll is the way to go. Number 11, Popular Kill Zones. At number 10, we have Popular Kill Zones. Be very careful about the popular killing zones in the maps. Places that have become famous, like Electrical and Security on the Skeld map. If you've played a lot of Among Us so far, you know these areas are hotbeds of crime. Electrical makes it very possible for the imposter to vanish due to a vent close to the task area, whereas Security itself is not under surveillance. But suppose you pop out of the security vent and there's someone in the room who doesn't look at the camera, then you're done. There may be a related case of Electrical. This place is usually dim as the machines are held right in front of the door, which makes it impossible to find out whether or not crew members are still in there. Number 9, Imposter Partner. All the matches I played were set with 2 imposters in our group, and I found that the probability of success improved dramatically when operating in tandem. Of course, during the game's phases, you can't speak to anyone, but you should keep tabs on how they walk and sometimes move with them. The best reason to do that is to set up double kills. Since there tends to be few chances to pull this off, it's particularly useful when you've got a chance. You will rid the crew of 2 players at the same time and also prevent one of the players from reporting the body at that time. It's risky, of course, but it's effective when you both sneak away unnoticed. Also, when you're looking at your kill button and it only flickers 1, it means that your fellow imposter just killed someone. You never knew that, did you? Let's check out number 8, Sacrificing Yourself. If you're the one who always took one for the team, then this trick is meant for you. There's a way to sacrifice yourself to catch an imposter. When the security is in use, the cameras on the wall or on the corner blinks in red. So what you gotta do is stand right in front of that camera and try hiding the blinking, and if the imposter comes and murders you, whoever is watching cams can hopefully get a hold of the imposter. Number 7, Polis Vent Spot. At number 7, we have our OP vent spot of Polis. There are 12 vents in the Polis map, and none of these vents are interconnected. But you'll need to think carefully if you're an imposter. There are also no vent locations in both the bottom right and the bottom left section of the map. You can see every single vent on the map outlined in red. In this map, there's a vent in Admin, a vent which isn't noticeable at all. The vent is placed at the bottom left of a small corner. It is designed so that crewmates can actually hide on the other side and find the imposter. In addition, the imposters cannot see you when they peek from the vent. Number 6, Among Us Notepad. This notepad is an outline tool developed by an Among Us fan, which is extremely useful. It is a notepad that lets you keep track of everything going on in the game. It shows where the tasks are located and how the vents are connected. As far as I know, this is genuinely one of the most ultimate tools for Among Us. Number 5, Taskbar. Tasks in Among Us may sound like a chore for the crew to do, but it's really a tool to detect imposters. If the task is completely done, the taskbar is ticked, and everyone can see it. If you watch someone try a task and walk away without lifting a bar, you may want to consider that they were faking a task and keeping a sharp eye on them. In addition, when visual tasks are done, the crew can perform certain tasks in front of other crew members to prove their identity. Imposters will never be able to do so because imposters cannot do tasks, and they also fail to perform fake tasks. Common tasks are also a very useful tool since all crew members would have the same common tasks. If you find a player ignoring or faking a common task in Among Us, you may want to question them at the next meeting. Number 4. Third imposter concept. There's a very delicate balance between 2 imposters and 8 crewmates, which makes for minimal errors at the same time that the identity of the imposters can be deduced with sufficient time. The third imposter definition is essentially to get a crewmate member to vouch for your innocence, to have said a guy unknowingly assist you and become the third imposter. A third imposter has to be earned, and it can be a difficult and tiring game that will ideally pay off in the long run. You need to win the trust of your crewmate. You will do this by sticking to one and not killing them at the most opportune times. It's dangerous, especially if the crewmates are swift to complete their tasks. But if your partner imposter succeeds in securing 2 kills before being called to a meeting, the crewmates might think of it as a double kill, and the third imposter should vouch for your innocence. We've got our top 3 tricks and tips. At number 3, imposter will sabotage the reactor, which allows crewmates 30 to 45 seconds to solve the sabotage, 30 seconds on the Skeld, 45 seconds on the MIRAHQ. The way it is solved is by 2 players scanning their hands at various stations simultaneously. If it is not solved in the allotted time, the imposters will prevail. However, there is a way to do it by yourself. First, go to one of the hand scanners, close it, but as soon as you close it, make sure your hand leaves the screen. Somehow, this tricks the game into believing that someone else is scanning the hand. And now you can go to the second hand scanner. Voila! You've rescued the crew. Number 2. Security cams. The CCTV system can only be reached when being in the security rooms of the map. This means that this should be a lower priority than other main map tasks. Players can only swoop through security if they have another task nearby or have finished all their allocated tasks. Otherwise, camping in security would be something of a burden on the entire crew and waste time, which also allows for imposters to kill and sabotage. It is actually frustrating when you're on cams and you can't see a little bit more. But guys, listen, I think I found something. Just go on security and open the cams for a bit and exit. Walk down a few steps and go back up again and open the cams while walking, and you can see a little bit more. At number 1 spot, we have the rarest trick of them all, glitching outside the map. Among Us, there is a very well-known glitch that helps people to walk through walls. This helps crewmates to never be killed, but you're not going to be able to perform any tasks. In addition, if you're in the walls, there's no way to escape them. And whether you're spotted by anyone, there's a high chance that they'll vote for you or report you at the meeting. In addition, there are several mods available for Among Us that not only allow for you to walk through walls, but also gain additional advantages, including being invisible, no kill cooldown time, improved speed, and more. But using these mods not only pose a moral dilemma, but also create a high risk that you will be banned from the game, especially if you're using the Steam version. That's it guys, comment down below which one of these tricks will you use next to trick your friends, and also please do subscribe to the Top 11 YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our amazing videos. Check out this playlist of my personal favorite videos on this channel about some really crazy and interesting clips of the best top 11 videos on YouTube. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.